Yeah, let's get this party started. All right. I can't believe. I'm sorry. It's laughable. Let me tell you why it's laughable. I just can't believe all the nonsense I'm seeing online. People's reactions to this Rush thing happening. And I want to give you my thoughts if that's okay. I welcome your thoughts. We at Drum Talk TV have thoughts. I have my personal thoughts. Maybe some Drum Talk TV staffers are watching this and they'll chime in. And you're welcome to chime in. Just like it says in the description, just temper the douche factor if somehow you're taking this personally in a negative way, what Geddy and Alex have decided to do with their lives. Okay. It's just crazy. So I'm seeing everything from that's blasphemy, it's sacrilegious, it's heresy. Like, what? What? Who the is anybody to judge this? If you don't like it, you're not interested, just fade into the hedge like Homer Simpson. Okay. So I've been a hardcore, sold from the beginning. So I was 13, 14, 13, 12, something like that. I think it was 1976 when 2112 came out. A friend of mine brought it over and it was like, what the F word is going on here with 2112? And I was deep into all kinds of music, even at such a young age. Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, ELP, The Yardbirds, Cream, Genesis, yes, King Crimson. It goes on and on and on. But this 2112 thing was like, what? And I want a kimono. I want a kimono and a scarf. Thankfully, my mom said no. And my dad said, what? Anyhow, I'm seeing people upset about this. I'm seeing people elated about this. And first off, let's put things into perspective. I'm living in a city where a week and a half ago, a major part of our city got flooded. Like flooded. Okay. Real bad situation, disaster, catastrophic, in a town of only 7,100 people. And can we just put things in perspective? Okay. This is two guys who've decided to celebrate their passed on partner, Neil Peart, celebrate his life by finally going back on the road with a drummer who it's fair to say, most of the average music fan in North America does not know who Anika Nilles is. They will. And that's up to them. And I am thrilled for her. Annika's been on a couple times. I've reached out to her like everybody else, I'm sure, from Dan Rather to CNN to every music outlet. And I don't care if we're first. We'll get her on when we get her on. Could be after the tour, could be whenever, right? Sorry, I got an itch. But props to Anika. Seriously. She's not only a great drummer, she's a wonderful person from what I've gleaned from being around her from the 3 interviews that she's done on Drum Talk TV with me. She's an amazing composer and musician and drummer as a musician. I mean, way up there. Way up there. And my son, Steven, our producer, I think said it best that he's I might be paraphrasing, so Steve, don't correct me publicly, but when I said I think maybe for keyboards, because if you've seen the info and the reels from Geddy and Alex, they've said, maybe we'll get a keyboard player and Geddy will just play some of the iconic parts so he can work on dance moves with Alex in the center stage. And I said, maybe they'll get Adam Wakeman, maybe they'll get Oliver Wakeman, maybe they'll get just Jordan Rudess, who might be too busy with Dream Theater. And Steve said, yeah, maybe they won't get someone as famous the way they got, bless her heart, Anika. And I thought, fair enough. Well, I woke up this morning at 4 a.m. like I always do with the dogs. And I thought, oh my gosh. And I'd love your take on this, folks. Chime in. How cool would it be if they brought Hugh Syme on tour? The man who, since their second album, the first album with Neil, Fly By Night, that amazing cover, one of the best album cover illustrations ever, in my opinion. What if they brought Hugh Syme on tour to play a lot of the keyboard parts. That'd be one of the best ways they can honor that man's 50 whatever year commitment to them with his artwork and the films he helps with on stages. And I just think that'd be killer. But going back to it's not Rush without Neil. No one gives an F word. They don't even give an F word. Okay. And I saw some, what would Bubba think? You know, Bubba, nickname for Neil Peart. I think he'd be thrilled. And let's not forget, they've been very overt about saying this is to honor Neil. This is going to be a tribute to Neil. And we know Anika's going to bring her own things to the songs. And I'm sure she's going to honor them with respect as well and integrity. But she'll be herself, as any musician should. There should never be a carbon copy when you're bringing someone else in, unless it's a tribute band. And this is not, don't say it is. And my thoughts personally, again, lifelong, almost, I'm 62 and a half. I came on board with Rush when I was 13, I guess, with 2112 when that came out. Seen them, I don't know how many times, 19, 15, something like that. And I think it's great that they're getting out on the road. I think it's healthy for them. I hope that what comes out of this, and what I would not mind happened instead of this, but I'm not saying I'm against what's happening, but Anika being such a great composer and writer, and I'm going to play a clip of her playing to one of her pieces in a moment, if you're not familiar with her. If they got Anika, Geddy, Alex together with someone on keyboards, maybe even another singer, maybe even another guitarist. Is it guitar player or guitarist? Why do we not say drummist, but we say bassist, keyboardist, sax, anyhow, and start a new band? And I know Alex is in a great other band, but that would just be so cool. Talk about a fresh start. And I know this young lady is going to breathe some amazing energy into what they're doing on stage. And I think another reason they got her is not only because she's such a great drummer and musician, but as we know, Germans are known for their sense of humor. Just kidding. Anyhow, you know what? Let's give Anika some props. Give her a big hand and check her out. This is one of her own pieces. She's also playing keyboards, wrote this whole thing. Great drummer. Check it out. Then we'll come back. I want your comments. I want to know what you think of this. Sorry, with Alex, Geddy, and Anika, and who knows who else. Here it comes. Be patient. You get the idea. This woman can play. Great with syncopation. She wrote the song. She's playing the keyboards. And I just love, and I'll get to comments in a moment. I just love this. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Let's bring up this. This is just brilliant. I love that. Rush 50 something tour. They got the green light. They got some dates. I'm sure they'll fill in the blanks and whatnot. But look at the birds. You got what I'm sure is meant to be Geddy and Alex on the line, and you got Neil flying away. I mean, it's so touching. It is so touching. I just love this. I like my new Rush tattoo on my forehead. Just absolutely love it. Thrilled for Anika, thrilled for the guys, thrilled for the whole crew and everybody. Hearns, Underlinger going back on tour with them. I hope, I'm sure. Reach out to him. But let's go to comments. Mark Neubauer's in Phoenix, about 100 miles west of me. I'm up in the mountains. Steve says, I think sometimes we overthink whenever there's a band name in the picture. At the end of the day, it's great musicians playing on stage. Absolutely. And you know what else? I think this is the biggest news in rock music since Led Zeppelin announced they were going to play the O2 Arena for a one-off thing back in 2007, almost 20 years ago. I don't think there's been a bigger news story. I really don't. I challenge anybody to correct me on that. And if I stand corrected, I'll be magnanimous and say, oh, you're right. That was bigger. But this is huge. This is huge. I don't know how many people anticipated this or thought it was happening. But as Steve says, also the tour name is very on brand for them. Absolutely. So I'd love your thoughts, you know, with all the beehive going on online and people talking about this, whether they're indifferent, whether they're elated about it, whether they're butthurt about it for some crazy reason, like they're offended for some crazy reason by someone else's life choice. Go ahead and chime in. What do you think? Are you going to see them? Did they make a good choice? Should they have gone with someone? Because I've seen this isn't my words, but I've seen someone say, you should have gone with someone like we expected, like Danny Carey or Simon Phillips, or why? Why? We've seen them all play. Why? We've even seen some of them play with Geddy and Alex. So why? So I think they made an amazing choice. I've seen the videos of Anika playing with Jeff Beck. In fact, I saw one or two shortly before I heard about this announcement. And at first, I didn't think it was real. I just glanced. I didn't even see Anika's name. I just real quickly saw something. There's a woman, and I texted Steve. Steve, research, see if this is real. 2 seconds later, says it's happening, and he sent me the reel of them in Geddy's studio, of them talking, having fun with it. And I was very happy to learn of that this is real, and it's great. So give me your thoughts. Like, I can't be alone in this thing. I see everybody's posts. I see everybody's comments. I see the drama. I see the nonsense. Don't be afraid to disagree with me or be different. I mean, I'm not even really giving an opinion. I don't think. Maybe I am, but I'm not saying they should this and they could have that and they should have and what if and that. That's not for me to say. I don't think it's for anybody to say. It's like anything else. People will love it. Some people will hate it. Some people won't care. And for those on board, how do you see this thing unfolding? Who's going to be the keyboard player? Will it be Hussein? Will it be someone else more anticipated, like Oliver Wakeman, like Adam Wakeman, like Jordan Rudess, Adam Parrish? Who knows, right? Tony Kaye, that'd be cool. Yeah, Tony Kaye could do those parts for sure. And Mark says, like Neil is so tight, exact. Yeah, she could step in. She absolutely could. Vic Quick Acrylic. I love that name. Your parents were slick with that one, Vic. He says, congrats, Anika, on tour with Rush in 2026. I think it's great news. I think if you can't support, what's wrong in your life? Why you should care so much that you don't support this. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's music. There's two things and only two things that bring all cultures, races, creeds, different people together, belief systems, and it's food and music. And this is just all about good music. Like Steve says, it's just all about good music on stage. Will I go to it? Nah, I don't know. And I'm just kidding. I would love to go to it. And like I said, I've reached out to Anika, like right after the thing came out, after Steve showed me the reel. I'm sure she's being inundated. One of the differences about us is that we're patient. You know, when she can come on, she'll come on. I don't have to be first. I don't have to be third. What we do is what we do the way we do it. It'll be different from what everyone else does, just like everyone else. And that's great. I say get her on as many platforms as possible. This is going to be the quickest, biggest ride you've seen by a musician in a very long time. John Hoffman, who recently joined Primus through an audition process. Same with him, right? I don't see people hating on Primus. So this is enormous. This is huge. Again, I really feel it's the biggest thing in rock music news since Led Zeppelin announced the reunion with Jason Bonham at the O2 Arena in 2007. Almost 20. Can you believe that was almost 20 years ago? Sheesh. Jason practically caught up to me in age. BB Drummer says we can be funny. Absolutely, we should be. We should be funny. We should lighten it. We should make it easy for her. You don't think she's feeling the pressure? You know, who called her? Ray Daniels? Alex Geddy? Did they get on the phone together? I want to know that story. I want to hear that recording. Talk about bravery for this woman to step in and say, okay, I'll do it. Like women aren't short sticked enough in the music industry. Like women don't get a short end of the deal enough in the music industry. Now she's got this pressure. She's going to shine like you won't believe. And I hope the band with them, not rush, do this, leave it there, and start a new band with Anika as one of the writers. Bring on a keyboard player. I think this is the spark of some amazing stuff. To see a lot of new music from Geddy and Alex writing together. They said they've been writing stuff. Anika's always writing stuff. So I'm really excited about this. And I'm very excited for her. I hope everyone's going to support her, because if you don't support her, you're not supporting the guys. And it's all about good music. I'm surprised I'm not getting a lot more comments. Like, what's the deal? Seriously, Steve, maybe would probably already are plopping this into the Rush fan groups, but I really thought we'd be inundated with all kinds of border skirmishes in the comments and stuff like that. And I'm surprised I don't see it. Are people shy now? Now that it's live, you're afraid I'm going to call you out? Don't be afraid of that. Come on. All right. No one's chiming in. When I'm putting you folks on the spot, I don't mean to do that. This was like an open door welcome. Let's chat about it. Give us your thoughts, whether you like it or not. That's fine. I'm not going to criticize you if you don't. Just don't be rude about it. I don't think there's a place for that. BB Drummer says, I hope they add some dates to come to Europe and Germany. Yeah, that'd be great. You know what? I am betting they will for two reasons. Number one, Anika's German. She's from Germany. I think she still lives there. Number two, they didn't go to Europe on the last farewell tour because Neil didn't want to. And they honored that. And Geddy says in his book and in many interviews, he had a chip on his shoulder because of that. And all that went away when Neil fell ill. And he said, how could I hold something against this guy for that? So I think they will. Absolutely will. Maybe they'll even go back to Brazil. Rush in Rio with the Vapor Trails tour was the first time they ever went to Brazil. So this could end up being a 2-year-long tour. Notice how they've booked those dates where there's a date in between. They're giving themselves some time off in between each of the two dates in each city. And I'm sure they're going to fill in a lot of blanks. And if the demand is there, I'm sure they'll go to Europe and who knows, maybe South America again, maybe even Wyoming. Who knows? I think Wyoming's part of the US now. Not sure. Did they seal that deal? I don't know. Did it pass the Senate? I don't know. Anyhow, I think it's great news. I'm going to go in a minute because I've only got a few hours left to finish making sure our game show for tonight is programmed, which coincidentally, this was planned like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months ago, that tonight's game show is music trivia about trios. So I might rearrange some of the questions and feature Rush a little bit more. Our beloved band of so many people. Give a shout out to your favorite song, your favorite album cover, your favorite tour, your favorite album, your favorite outfit, your favorite guitar solo. Which tour had your favorite drum solo by Neil? Go ahead, chime in, chime in, chime in. Come on. This is an open conversation. You don't always get these kind of invitations online, do you? Tell you what, the next person to comment says, let me on, if we're still live, I'll bring you on the screen with me. You can make a couple comments. First person to do that says, let me on. I'm watching the comments. Okay. I'm happy about this. I'm totally surprised out of nowhere, which I think is great. These boys are always full of surprises, right? And I'm curious what that new music is about. But imagine if they did form that new band and they did a couple Anika songs, a couple Rush songs, a couple songs from Geddy's solo album, My Favorite Headache, a couple songs from Alex's solo album, Victor. You know, you got like half a show right there. And then some new material. Mark Neubauer says, it really surprises me there would be negative comments about her. Like you said, it's about the music. It's a new band, not Rush. Exactly. It really is a new band playing Rush music with two guys that happen to be in Rush. Nothing wrong with that. Why not? Right? All right. No one wants to come on and get a quick spot as a guest VJ real quick? Huh? Huh? Oh, by the way, you can win that as one of the game show prizes too. Game show tonight, 6 p.m. Tuesday. What's the date? It's the 7th, lucky 7. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Go to the Drum Talk TV Facebook page or go to www.drumtalktvbrilliance.com. There's a calendar. Follow the breadcrumbs. Get on the list. There's a Facebook event for it. We'd love to see you there. I'm going to sneak in a bunch more Rush stuff since it's all about band trios trivia. Everybody from the Ronettes to Cream and everybody in between, ELP, Pointer Sisters at one time, a little bit of everything. So Motorhead, join me for that and our team. And okay, if no one wants to come on, I'll bail and get back to work before our HR lady yells at me. I mean, that's also my wife from the Bronx. I don't want to mess with that. She'll put her nubs up. I'm always teasing her. Hey, it's our anniversary today, too. So what great news on our anniversary. Rush is her favorite rock band, her favorite band. Her two favorite songs are Mission and A Far Cry. Those are her favorite songs. She never gets tired of them. I love playing them in my studio. She comes in, dances when I'm playing to them. So it's fun. Big Rush fans. All right, folks, thank you so much. Go ahead and carry on in the comments if you're seeing this as an archive. And thanks for following what we do here on Drum Talk TV. Quite a rush today, right? All right. I'm surprised no one wants to speak up some more. All the stuff I've seen online and now everyone's clamming up. What's the deal? All right, folks. Thanks. Appreciate it. Support them. Support her. She deserves it. She's earned it. You think they're just going to, I mean, do I even need to say that? Of course she's earned it. She's worthy. Be worthy fans. Thanks.